If you came here expecting a list of compliments to boost your ego, this isn't that kind of video. I'm not here to tell you you're beautiful or perfect. I'm here to tell you the truth. You might not realize it, but there's a quiet power in you that turns heads and stirs something primal in men. Even when you feel ordinary, even when you think no one notices. Sexual magnetism isn't about perfection. It's about perception. And half of the women who drive men wild don't even realize they were doing it. Real sexual energy doesn't scream. It hums. It's not about what you wear or how loud you are or how many people look at you. It's about how you move through the world. It's an unspoken confidence, a psychological frequency that whispers, I know who I am, and I don't need permission to exist. When a woman carries that energy, men don't just see her, they feel her. Because true magnetism doesn't start in the body. It starts in the mind. It's the unbothered calm of a woman who doesn't chase attention, because she already owns it without trying. Sign 1, you radiate unbothered confidence without trying. Imagine this. You're sitting in a cafe. Your friend is triple texting her crush, rereading every message, analyzing every emoji like it's a test she can't afford to fail. Meanwhile, you're sipping your latte, scrolling through memes, completely relaxed. That quiet, grounded energy you have, that's power. Because sexual attraction begins the moment a man senses emotional control. It's not fake confidence. It's not a cold attitude. It's the peaceful certainty that says, I know my worth. You don't shrink for approval. You don't perform for attention. And when you walk into a room without scanning to see who's watching, when you laugh without apology, when you wear what makes you feel good instead of what others expect, a man's subconscious takes notice. You become a mystery to him. You shift from being someone to impress into someone he wants to understand. Men aren't hypnotized by beauty, they're hypnotized by certainty. And the moment he feels that you're not seeking validation, his instinct switches. He starts chasing not for conquest, but for connection. Men equate effort with value. When they sense a woman who won't be easily impressed, they start earning her in different ways. Through attention, through effort, through emotional investment. That's why women who are called hard to read or too calm are often the most magnetic. That serenity is not indifference. It's emotional regulation, the kind of self-possession that radiates power. Sign 2. You make men nervous without meaning to. I know this might surprise you, but yes, you make men nervous. And that's not a bad thing. Men aren't nervous around women they find nice. They're nervous around women who awaken something unpredictable inside them. A man's primitive brain can't tell the difference between fear and desire. When his heartbeat speeds up, when he stumbles over words, when his palms start to sweat, he labels that rush as attraction. If men act awkward around you, joking too much, talking too fast, or pretending to be cooler than they are, that's not disinterest. That's biology. You shake his sense of control. And here's the paradox. The moment a man becomes self-aware, he becomes attracted. His attraction isn't born from comfort, but from tension. He's drawn to the woman who makes him question his own composure. Picture this. He's loud, confident, teasing everyone, until you walk in. Suddenly, he's quiet. His friends notice it before he does. They tease him about it, and he laughs it off. But in his head, he's thinking, why can't I relax around her? That's not confusion. That's his body reacting to your presence. The truth is, you don't need to be overtly flirtatious to create desire. You only need to embody the kind of self-assured energy that makes him feel slightly off balance. Because when a man senses a woman who could make him lose control, but who never tries to, she becomes unforgettable. Sign 3. People, especially men, mirror you without realizing it. Ever notice how people start copying your gestures when they talk to you? Maybe a man leans in when you do, lowers his voice when you speak softly, or starts using your phrases after spending time together. That's not coincidence. That's synchrony. Psychologists call it mirror behavior, one of the oldest nonverbal signs of attraction. When someone feels magnetically drawn to you, their brain's mirror neurons activate, literally compelling them to mirror your movements and rhythm. But it's not because you're controlling them. It's because your energy is regulating theirs. Men crave the emotional state they feel when they're around you. If you're calm, he relaxes. If you're playful, he loosens up. If you're grounded, he feels safe. You're not trying to impress him. You're setting the emotional tone, and he instinctively follows it. That's the power of feminine energy at work. The energy that doesn't demand attention but attracts it naturally. It's the difference between a woman who asks for attention and a woman who makes attention follow her. You don't dominate a room with volume, you dominate it with vibration. And the most magnetic part? You probably think you're just being yourself, but in reality, you're tuning the energy of everyone around you, especially him. Sign 4. You're comfortable with subtle intimacy. Here's one of the rarest superpowers. You can hold eye contact without flinching. You can sit in silence without rushing to fill the space. When someone compliments you, you don't deflect it with a joke or self-deprecation. You simply receive it. That's sensual maturity. You understand that intimacy isn't performance, it's presence. Most women either guard themselves too tightly or overexpose themselves too soon. But you know how to stay grounded in the space between. You don't confuse closeness with vulnerability or validation. You understand that silence can be just as seductive as words. This balance disarms men completely. Because when you're comfortable in your body and your energy, you send a message. I'm not afraid of connection. And that's rare. In a world where most people chase attention, you offer something deeper. Presence. You don't need to force attraction. You let it breathe. That quiet comfort is the essence of sexual magnetism. It tells a man that you're not seeking validation, but you're not afraid to be seen either. You become both mystery and warmth, soft and self-possessed. The woman who doesn't flirt to prove confidence, but whose very presence radiates it. Sign 5. You don't chase, you emanate. This is the most powerful sign of all. You don't chase, you emanate. Most people associate attractiveness with effort, trying harder, dressing sexier, acting flirtier. But the most magnetic women move differently. They don't perform attractiveness, they embody it. When you walk into a room, you don't scan for approval. You radiate self-trust. You don't calculate what to say to seem interesting. You speak from authenticity. You smile when you feel joy, not when it's expected. You don't shrink or overcompensate. You simply are. And that's what captivates men. Not your outfit, not your makeup, not your words, but your energy. Because authentic energy can't be faked. It's the way you make others feel when you're fully at ease in yourself. The irony is that when you stop performing attraction, you start embodying it. The less you chase attention, the more attention finds you. You're not managing perception. You're radiating frequency. That's the kind of energy that lingers long after you leave the room. The kind that makes him replay the moment in his mind, wondering why he can't stop thinking about you. It's not lust alone. It's fascination. Born from the way your presence makes him feel both safe and awakened. Because you don't audition for love. You already know you are the prize. So if even one of these signs feels familiar, stop doubting yourself. Stop assuming that being magnetic means being the loudest, the boldest, or the most physically perfect. True sexual magnetism doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from being at peace with yourself. It's not what you show, it's what you emanate. You are already magnetic, you just haven't learned to believe it yet.